This is a 2010 Ford Escape, and it has a code for the evap P0443. I want to show you how to do a quick check on the evap on this, the purge valve I mean. First thing I want you to do is I want you to reach down here, disconnect this line going back to the fuel tank, the evap canister. Then I want you to unplug this sensor and then start the vehicle. So I'm feeling light suction. There should be no suction right now at all. If you take your finger and put it on it with the electrical connector unplugged and the hose off of it, you should not feel any suction at all. It should be zero. And when I pull my finger away, I feel it still trying to grab my skin. Yep. It's no good. This purge valve is bad. The suction is so light, if you leave your finger there for a long time, just let it sit there. Let it build up suction slowly. And then pull your finger off and see what happens. It's trying to pull my finger. So that purge valve is bad. So also on this vehicle, these tires are from 2010. And the rubber is actually peeling off the sidewall, like literally peeling off the sidewall. It's peeling off. And then if you grab this toe link here, or this sway bar link, you grab the link itself. Every time you hit a bump, chatter, 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 bang, 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 you know. Oh, let's look at this side. Nothing. So, needs a sway bar link and purge valve. It's definitely got an oil leak. Almost every single one of these that come in here have an oil leak, and people typically, oh, look at the valve cover right there. Coming from the top of the valve cover right in the corner. It's the highest spot of where it's wet. But most of the time people don't buy them. Yeah, it goes all the way up to that goop right there on the corner. So like valve cover gasket might be leaking, but a lot of times people don't even want to fix it, because if that oil gets down here on the subframe, because these rot out so bad, they just let it because it stops a lot of that rust from happening. But it looks like whoever sealed it up before and put valve covers on it, because that's not factory, that big old giant glob of goop coming out of it, they probably didn't do a very good job. Overall, this thing's in really great shape though. I mean, really great shape. It's got all the surface rust, but the body's not rotted out like most of these that come in here. Rear end's not leaking. Anyhow, that's how you check a purge valve and a sway bar link on these. So, I used a 8mm ratcheting wrench, cracked the 2 bolts loose on the purge valve, and now I'm just fishing them out of there. And then I'm going to pull the purge valve out, change it out. Put the new one in, run an evap test, yada yada yada. Pull it out, replace it. Part number for the purge valve, 9U5Z9Charlie915J. I'll go ahead and install that. We're going to move over to the sway bar link, the one that's popping. So what I got going on now is I actually sprayed some penetrating oil and everything now. I'm going to go ahead and lock it down. with a wrench. It's like a 17 or 18, I think. It is a 15 mil on the outside. I'm gonna go ahead and spin these off here and get the new one put in. Now on the bottom here, you can grab like a 17 mil. You see I got the top spun off. You can grab the bottom, and you could actually, if you force down into this, it'll actually start to push that up, where you can slide like a ratcheting wrench around it and go ahead and ratchet that off of there. So when I do these links, I don't just do I do the nuts as well, and the nuts for it is W715135-S440, 2 of them. And then the link for driver and passenger is 7L8Z5K483 Bravo. Alright, the new link is put on. Remember, start with the bottom first to make it easier for yourself. If you got to put like a screwdriver or a wrench or something, you could actually pry it under here and kind of push up or down and give yourself some more room to slide a wrench over the bottom if you're using a ratcheting type wrench like I am, which I recommend. And then go ahead and tighten your top up and get everything nice and snugged up in there. And you see it's got no more tapping and stuff. I'm jerking it back and forth. Here you used to be able to push up on this and you could get it to tap and pop, and all that's gone. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the wheel on at 19 millimeter lugs, and then let's go actually do the evap test and make sure everything passes. All right, well, I'm going through right now and actually doing the evap test so I can run through and make sure and see if everything passes. So it's gonna actually run up, then it's gonna drop. It's gonna pull so much vacuum on it that the engine's gonna die, and then it'll give me a pass fail at the end. So I'll show you what it's like after that's done. All right, now it pulled its target vacuum, and now it's trying to go right back up into the fuel tank pressure range, slowly climbing up. It's gonna time out at 105 seconds, and it should stay in between those two readings before it moves on to the next pass or fail step. Okay, now it's venting. Set the ignition switch to the off position. Ignition switch is off. Passed. We're good to go. The problem was the purge valve. It was slightly stuck open, so that's why I think it was a. Let's get out of here real quick and I'll show you. I'm gonna go in here real quick and show you the DTC before I erase it, and you can see what was active and what led me to checking that purge valve. So this was it right here. Evap system purge control valve A circuit. That's what led me to check that and go right to the mechanical function of it first and see if it was actually leaking or not. And it was leaking. Replacing the purge valve fixed the problem. Again, pull the hose off the top of it, pull the electrical connector with the engine running, and you should feel no suction at all. And there was a little bit of suction on that purge valve, which there should be no suction. It should be fully closed at that point. Anyhow, that's the fix. Thank you guys for watching. As always, I appreciate it. Have a great day. Disclosure, something I forgot to tell you: if your vehicle is like above 85% fuel or below, like I think it's like 15 or 20% fuel, the evap test is not going to work. It needs to be above like 20-25% fuel and not past like, it's like 80 or 85%. It needs to be somewhere in that window. So I always try to get people like a third of a tank or higher, but not over 3/4 tank, and then you could do a real good evap test on it. But anyway, that's the fix. No check engine light, everything's running good.